Hello, my name is Dee. I am an ex-offender with history of mental health issues, and I have actually had some barriers because of those issues into finding employment and rehabilitation. And I found that when I started to look for paid work, the enhanced DBSs became a barrier, because the original CRC would be 7 years and it's spent, and I am now nearly 10 years without offences, but DBSs show it and will continue to show it for the rest of my life, which I think is a massive barrier against rehabilitation for ex-offenders. The enhanced DBS is very challenging because it will show your offences for the rest of your life. I do some voluntary work, and there are people there who offended in their 20s and they're now in their 50s, and the DBS is still throwing it up. So it becomes counterproductive to actually getting rehabilitated and to getting on with your life. So I went for a job in Sutton at a pound establishment, and as a retail assistant, and again it was flagged up that it was going to be enhanced DBSs. So because I do voluntary work, I have a copy of my DBS that is issued every year. So I flagged up that my last offence was in 2008, and I showed her my DBS, and her response was, if it was left to me, that I would employ you, but my managers don't like to employ criminals. I pointed out to her the fact that a criminal is somebody who's actively committing a crime, and I am not. It just increases the chance that if an ex-offender, is not given a chance, there may well be that they will actually go back to the kind of behaviour which made them offend or be incarcerated in the first place. So the society is not benefiting in any way by this kind of behaviour and attitude. And it is just a lazy way of thinking about things. And it isn't actually going to benefit society, because I cost the society quite a lot of money through my rehabilitation and through going to prison. There are over 80,000 people in prison at this moment. If none of them are given a chance, a huge amount will actually return, and it's going to cost the society much more, not just in terms of money, but in terms of increased crime, if you're not prepared to give a person a chance. In my view, the phrase you do the crime, you commit the crime, you do the time. Doing the time should mean that I've expended my debt to society, and that I'm now ready to rejoin society. Since leaving prison in 29, I have done a wide range of voluntary work. I've given back to society, I feel, and I have a sense that although it wasn't pleasant to be an ex-offender, I have a sense of who I am now. The society took a long time to help me, but it did in the end. I'm now speaking up because I have a job, part-time job, which hasn't asked me for a DBS. If it does, there's a possibility I may lose my employment. And it's important that people realise the DBS is being used in a wholly inappropriate way to hinder ex-offenders and ex-prisoners, and we need to actually rejoin society for everybody's benefit, not just for ourselves, but for the whole of society. I was deemed well enough to go to work, and I had a work coach at Sutton Job Centre Plus who knew of PAN, People Arise Now, and referred me to the organisation.